Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Lines TV and welcome to another Transfer Daily video. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing Willian and a potential move to Barcelona, so you guys stay tuned for that. I've got a lot of things to say on the potential deal, and afterwards, of course, I do want to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section surrounding the story. You guys, you know what the deal is. Smash that like button, help me get more than 500 likes for today's video, and press the bell notification button as well to stay tuned to all things Blue Lines TV. But obviously, getting straight into the first video, we've got to talk about the Willian situation. This feels like a pretty crazy story that's come out from nowhere, but I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions after I report what the story is. Now, reports coming out are stating that Chelsea have rejected a £50 million bid from Barcelona for Willian. Willian's agent and representatives are in discussion with Chelsea and Barcelona in regards to the future of their client. Now, Mundo Deportivo, a Barcelona-based sports paper, don't get too gassed about them. They're stating that Willian is very excited at the prospect of signing for Barcelona. And further reports coming out from the media in general are stating that Willian's agent, Willian, is working to try and get a deal done. Barcelona apparently like the direct threat that Willian does offer. And if anything, if I was to give my opinion, it does tell me that I expect Barcelona to use him on the left-hand side. And you guys, as I've always said for so long, when you play Willian centrally and on the left, he's a completely different player. You guys think about Arjen Robben. If you're playing Robben on the left-hand side, will you get the same player? Of course not. Further reports are also stating that Barcelona might even include a player as part of the deal. Now, the three players up for consideration are Rafinha, Paulinho and Andre Gomez. Now, why are Barcelona potentially looking at involving a player? Well, that's because Chelsea wants £70 million for Willian. Now, you guys, that's the reports. And here's where I give my thoughts and opinions on the story. Now, is Barcelona interest fake? Well, you guys, if you cast your mind back to around January, he was being linked with Barcelona back then. It made sense at the time because Barcelona were trying to get Coutinho, but he would have been the plan B option in case Coutinho did fail. Now, it seems like Barcelona want to try and sign him again. Something tells me Willian's performances against Barcelona in the Champions League could have helped, persuade Barcelona and sway their decision in terms of trying to sign Willian. But something else that it does tell me is the fact that, as I was saying earlier, I see Willian playing on the left-hand side. And I kind of feel that that's a weak area for Barcelona right now. Now, of course, they spent big money on Dembele. But with Dembele, it's not only difficulties in terms of adapting to a new style, it's also difficulties with living in a new country, not really speaking the same language, not understanding his teammates at all. And something tells me that Barcelona have a long-term plan for Dembele, but they do need a top quality, top class option on the left-hand side, and Willian does fit that criteria. And at the same time, when you have Dembele being his understudy, that gives Dembele time to grow and obviously learn at Barcelona. And then they have the future plan for when Willian eventually does leave or retires. Now, I'm going to be talking about Willian, Martial and Man United. In a way, I can see the common sense as to why Chelsea would probably prefer to sell Willian to Barcelona, because Barcelona aren't a direct title rival. And if anything, with Man United's interest, this could potentially create a bidding war between Barca and United for Willian's services. And if Barcelona are potentially looking to offer players as part of the deal, maybe that's something Man United could do as well, because there's one player in particular for Man United that Chelsea are looking into, and that is Anthony Martial. Now, you guys, if you want the full scoop on everything that's been happening over the past few weeks surrounding Chelsea and Martial, make sure you watch my video. I go into a lot of depth and detail. Now, let's not forget, United have put a £70 million fee on Martial. Willian is worth around 70 million. That's the offer that Chelsea do want for them. Now, cast your minds back to January when Sanchez and Mkhitaryan did make that swap deal. Could that be on the cards again? As I've said, Chelsea have a good business relationship with Man United. Both clubs want each other's player. Their valuations are very similar as well. It seems like this could make a lot of sense. And even if potentially there wasn't a swap deal for the players, let's say Chelsea did sell to Barcelona, the money generated from that deal could go straight back into Martial. So it is looking very, very interesting. Now, could Willian leave? Well, if United and Barcelona are interested in you, and you've got guaranteed first team football as well, you're obviously doing something right, and you're obviously rated very highly. I think that lure of first team football for a very top club could potentially push Willian away from Chelsea. Now, of course, there have been a lot of rumours stating that Willian would look to leave if Conte was still in charge, but again, that won't be happening. Conte will be moved on. I know there's some sport controversy surrounding Willian right now, of course, with comments he's made about Antonio Conte, even though the press did ask Willian about how he felt about Conte being important for his career, and Willian had every right, in my opinion, to say, I don't want to speak about him. Of course, you know, Brazil just beat Mexico 2-0. That's the last thing you want to speak about, and that's the last thing you want to answer. But you guys, how I see it is the fact that even though I feel that Willian has become a scapegoat, so often I've given the context in the situation in regards to why Willian has been inconsistent. It's been due to playing on the right hand side when he doesn't suit that role. It's been down to things such as not really being able to play on the left because Hazard plays there. But when Willian is able to play more centrally and on the left hand side, you know, when he was doing that at Anzi, when he was doing that for Shakhtar Donetsk as well, you see what the guy can really do, and he looks like a completely different player. And you guys, just think about this. Imagine if Hazard had to constantly play on the right hand side. Would he be the same player? Would he be as effective? Most likely not. Willian has already been labelled as being childish and petty and disrespecting Conte, even though people are only taking Conte's side without understanding the full picture with what's been happening. I'm sure later on in the future we're going to find out some of the stuff that has been happening surrounding Antonio Conte, but at the same time, when there's a history of a lot of players falling out with him, maybe the manager does need to take some responsibility as well. Still though, honestly, I think with the type of money you could get for Willian, even though I like the player a lot and I think he's a fantastic international class player, if 70 million or 50 million was offered for him, I would take that. You know that his value really isn't going to rise as much. That money could be reinvested back into younger players that could be with the club for the next 10 years. And I kind of feel like an offer like this doesn't really come very often. Now, with me selling Willian, that's not because I don't think he's a good player and I don't rate him. Of course, I rate him very highly. But I kind of think that with the money that could be afforded to Chelsea, you know, Marine is very good at getting the asking prices for players that we sell as well. A lot of long-term benefits from selling him. As I keep saying, you guys, anytime it comes to transfer windows, Chelsea do like to sell some players to try and fund the moves for other players. Case in point last year with Nathan Ake being sold to Bournemouth for 20 million. Of course, his money that was earned from that deal did go into helping to sign Rudiger. I think it's a similar situation, and I kind of think that 70 million for Willian, if the club were to get something close to that, I mean, we're literally getting a record-breaking transfer deal if Willian leaves, and that's the thing, you guys. I'm sorry, Martial, for me, it has to be Martial. We've got a prime opportunity to sign this guy now. He's already said he's interested in signing for Chelsea. It's all about putting the money there. Now, for me, again, would I sell him to United or Barcelona? Ideally, I kind of feel selling him to United makes a lot more sense. Now, I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, well, why would you sell Willian to a title rival? Of course, he's only going to strengthen United. But, you guys, let's not forget, Jose Mourinho is a bottleneck, in my opinion. No matter how many great players he has, due to how negative the system is and due to how negative he gets these guys playing, it's not going to benefit the team. I mean, for God's sake, that was the same argument made last season when Alexis Sanchez was signed, and Sanchez has struggled quite a lot. Now, let's say Willian does do well. Now, of course, it is a bit different with Willian. He has played under Mourinho before. He understands the system and what's expected of him already. But let's be deadly serious now. During that season where he was scoring from free kicks every single time, you know, he won Player of the Year, it wasn't as if he was consistent for the entire year. He still did struggle a lot at times, and I personally feel it was those wonder goals during those really tough patches that really sealed it for Willian. But even during those moments where he was scoring world-class goals, his performance level wasn't as great as it could have been, and that was due to the bottleneck of the system. So this is why personally, I really don't see it as being a big deal if Willian was sold to United. I feel that if Martial was to come the other way, he's really going to take us to another level, playing in a Sarri ball system, playing up front. I keep imagining that interchange between Hazard and Martial. Imagine Hazard moving in centrally, Martial's drifting to the left-hand side. Imagine that type of front three where defenders can't really pick and mark anyone. They can run at you, beat you for the pace. fantastic finishing, incredible close control and dribbling abilities as well. I kind of feel that Martial could really elevate what we would like as a striker, and I think it's about time that Chelsea do move away from having a traditional type of number 9 player. It's okay to use these types of players. They've had great success recently, guys like Sanchez, Messi and Mertens. I think it's about time that we do really evolve. Sarri for me is the epitome of evolution at Chelsea, and I think having someone like Martial up front would really complement that transition. But you guys, in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Would you like to see Willian stay? Would you like to see him sold? And if so, give reasons as to why. Don't just say things like, oh, he's shit, sell him, take the money. How I see it is, if you can take the time to comment, you can spend a little bit more time explaining your thoughts and opinions. But anyway, you guys, thank you for watching. As I said, please like, comment and subscribe. Smash that like button. Help me get more than 500 likes for today's video. And press the bell notification button as well to stay tuned to all things Blue Lions TV. You guys, later on tonight, I will be doing a live stream watch along of England vs Colombia, so stay tuned for that. And I will be releasing a match review for the game as well. So there are going to be a few videos coming out today. There could be potentially another video coming out as well, but I can't guarantee right now because I don't know if I have enough time. But anyway, you guys, thank you for watching. I'm NiniFC. This is Blue Lions TV. Signing out.